Well, hello and welcome to the Informed Traveler Podcast, a weekly travel podcast where our goal is to help you become a more informed traveler. And I'm your host, Randy Sharman. You know, I've seen more and more complaints from visitors to Cancun, Mexico about the taxi drivers at the Cancun airport, how aggressive they are, and some of the scams they've been involved in. So coming up in a few seconds, travel expert Onanta Forbes will join me to talk about what to watch out for when arriving in Cancun and other destinations for that matter. And then we'll head to Kananaskis country in southern Alberta to learn about a new glamping resort that recently opened up called Skyridge Glamping. We'll talk with the co-owner to get some insight on what they have to offer, and Ken Stewart from Crowfoot Travel Solutions will be along with a few destination ideas and travel deals with our weekly roundup. But first, let's kick things off chatting with travel expert Onanta Forbes, who joins us each week to discuss some of the travel news and travel trends. You can follow her adventures on Instagram, Facebook, and X at Onanta Forbes. OnantaForbes.com is her website. Hi, Onanta.
Hi, Randy. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. We're going to talk about Cancun Airport and the taxi drivers there. I suppose in some ways, any of the tips that we're going to give is probably applicable to any international airport that you're arriving in. But I should give some background here. I do subscribe to the Riviera News, and a part of it, they'll send you news updates every day and that kind of thing, like a newsletter. And they have letters to the editor, and there's been on more than a couple of occasions now in the last month or so, people writing letters to the editor expressing their concerns about even giving their examples of a recent visit to Cancun, where the taxi drivers at the Cancun airport are aggressive. They're involved in scams. Have you heard any of this from maybe some of your clients or even some of your colleagues?
Well, it's an interesting topic because I think if you've ever experienced flying into Cancun, it's a very chaotic experience. So after a long flight, it's easy to get misdirected or even a little confused because so many things are coming at you. And you're right. There are, not just in Cancun, but throughout the world, people who are looking to get travelers their monies, their bank on their confusion, to get to potentially scam them. So yeah, whether it's a taxi driver or working with just a transfer company, it can happen, and it's not just in Cancun. So what we're in this article or with this report, it's saying that they are very aggressive in approaching you, even if you have a transfer, saying that they are the transfer that you're expecting, and they are trying to lure you to their taxi cab. But the thing you have to be careful is, like, you may have prepaid your transfer, but at the end of the drive or the transfer, they're expecting you to pay again, and you're confused and you don't realize, well, do I have to pay again? But you're in a foreign country. Do you want to start a situation, and where it could escalate? So you do have to be very careful and very focused. I know, in a lot of our documentation that we give our clients from the suppliers that they book with, it says just as soon as you get your luggage, you have to press that button to see if you get called into custom and immigrations or just continue, just to focus and get outside as quickly as you can.
Yeah, and to your point, it's been a while since I've been to Cancun Airport, but yeah, it is chaos. And, if you've been flying for, 5 or 6 hours or whatever, you're tired, you're confused, if you don't know Spanish very well, it's very easily done that you get taken in by an aggressive taxi driver that you think is part of your transportation, or maybe you don't have transportation, you're looking for transportation. And it's not only that you pay again, but also inflated prices too.
Absolutely. And you also have to be concerned because you don't know where you're going. The route they're taking, is it the most direct route? Or are you taking, a little bit of an excursion here? and which you don't want upon arrival. And, we mentioned this article was just about, or these editorials were just about Cancun, but we have heard from, when, we're cruising and, at the destinations, cruise operators are saying that, they're waiting for their clients to disembark from a cruise and they have their names on it and the name of the excursion. So, other not reputable transfer companies will see that, will duplicate it on their sign and kind of stand before the legitimate transportation company. So when you get off the ship, you're looking for your name, you're looking for your tour name, but you encounter these people that are not credible, and you get taken on the tour. And at the end of the tour, again, they're asking for monies, which you believe that you've already prepaid.
Well, it's funny you mention being on a cruise and encountering taxi drivers in your port of call. I recall many instances with taxi drivers in ports of call being a crew member. And I remember getting into lots of discussions with taxi drivers who tried to charge more than they're supposed to in the ports of call. They really became an issue. And so now I want to talk about this story from the Cancun Sun now, that Cancun is going to crack down on aggressive taxis involving tourists, and even when you're talking about maybe taking an alternate like an Uber, that's not even safe sometimes, because we have heard stories of taxi drivers assaulting Uber drivers,
which is very sad to hear. At the end of the day, because that just gives a impression of the whole country, the destination, and we always have to be aware. And I know in Cancun, they are saying that sanctions are going to be leveled to taxi drivers, and they're going to be held accountability should the problems continue. The other thing is what they're doing is they're finalizing Uber's legality in Cancun so that the taxi drivers are clear on whether or not they're allowed to operate. And that's what's probably causing the most problems is the taxi drivers thinking that their business or their livelihood is being taken away by the Uber drivers. So, is it safe to use an Uber? Yes. I always just make sure that you are very clear on, check the license plate, check the name, the picture. That's very important, to make sure that you're doing all you can to make sure the legitimacy of who you are, taking or, picking up. Now in, Mexico, there is another company called InDrive that we used a lot when we did, my long stay in Mexico last year. And again, the same scenario, they have more InDrive drivers than they had Uber drivers. So you get, you don't have to wait as long. The prices are more competitive, and the prices or the fees are going more towards the taxi driver than the company. So we found, that to be a good source. So there are other companies to look at. But always, talk to your travel professional because, such as we've been at that destination. We've had clients that have been at that destination. They share their feedback and their experiences. Because at the end of the day, we want to make sure that you're safe. The other alternative is to book private transfers with companies we know that are legitimate, that will show up, that, you have a voucher to show. You can compare the voucher to their voucher. And just the ease of a private transfer and the peace of mind is huge. It might cost a little bit more, but it's huge.
I will say this, it is well worth the extra cost because, peace of mind. Most of the time they have your cell number, so they're texting you saying, I'm here, I'm over, you can find them easily and you can verify that it's them. And it really is nice. And they're waiting for you. They'll show you right out the airport, no matter what airport you're at, and get you to your destination. You don't have to worry about a thing.
Right. You know, and you bring up a super good point because I just experienced this. Like, we booked it through, one of our preferred travel partners, and it did turn out to be an Uber, but that Uber driver kept on texting us, "We're here. This is where you go." They sent us a picture of the meeting point, so you felt like they were in the know. They had a
Hmm.
personal detail of you. So good point, and definitely something to give you again peace of mind, and you know that you are dealing with a legitimate source.
Hmm. We should mention that you are in Australia as we speak. So next week, we're going to get some firsthand knowledge about being in Australia.
It's been a fantastic experience so far. And yeah, I can't wait to share it. It's good to be down under. And I'm going to have to say good day, right? Good day.
Exactly. You have to get used to all the little sayings the Australians have.
Yeah, I have a little booklet for all the lingo.
Well, we look forward to that. It's always a pleasure chatting. Nanta Forbes is a travel expert. You can follow her adventures in Australia, especially on Instagram, Facebook, and X at Onanta Forbes. And then nantaforbes.com is her website. Good chatting, Onanta.
You take care.
Well, there's a new glamping resort that recently opened up in the heart of Kananaskis country, a beautiful part of southern Alberta. It's called Skyridge Glamping. So joining us now to share what they have to offer is Crystal Postel. She's the co-founder of Skyridge Glamping. Their website is skyridgeglamping.com. Hi, Crystal.
Thank you for having me.
Well, I'm excited to learn all about Skyridge Glamping. Tell me how long you've been around and how you got involved.
We opened our doors January 1st, so pretty recent. But we've been working on this site to get it prepped for quite a while. I think the first shovel in the ground was, 2 years ago. So yeah, that took quite a bit of effort and patience, but we're finally here, so we're excited to get started.
Well, congratulations. I didn't realize it was that soon that there's that
Yes.
recent that you opened. So that's exciting. And yeah, I'm sure there was probably a few little complications along the way that we don't really have to get into details, but there's always something you probably never planned for, right?
I think that will probably happen at every construction, I think.
So tell me where you're located and how it works.
So we're in the beautiful Kananaskis. If your listeners don't know, that's exactly between Canmore and Calgary. We're about halfway. And when I look out the window, I'm looking at the mountain ranges of Mount Kit, and it's absolutely gorgeous. Every unit of us has a beautiful mountain view, and lots of activities in the area. We got the golf course, Nagiska ski area, of course the spa, and our neighbor's boundary ranch if you want to go out for a ride. So yeah, tons of activities to do close by to our amazing facilities.
Well, I must say you have a beautiful backyard if Kananaskis is your big backyard.
It's pretty okay, to say the least.
So tell me about the different types of accommodations, how many you have, and I'm assuming not all are the same, are they?
We currently have 10 micro cabins. They all sleep 2 adults because we're in adult-only facilities.
Mm-hmm.
Currently, there's 2 options between a skybox, we call them. One are the normal ones, and then we got pet-friendly ones, but that's currently the 2 choices. But in the near future, we also have the sky glass, and those are also pretty excited. They're full front glass, and they kind of overhang our dramatic area here, looking out on the mountains as well with mirror glass. And hopefully we have those also this year in the spring. And then the total should be 22 person units.
Nice. So what's included? I'm looking on your website, skyridgeglamping.com, and you got some nice images of your accommodations. But what's included? I know it says if you want, you can get groceries, and if you want to sort of, explore the area as far as restaurants and eating, you can do that too.
Yep. So with the cabin itself, obviously you would have everything that you would have at home, just in a smaller package. But everything from bathrobes to towels, all your amenities for the kitchen facilities, little oven, a fridge, that's all in there. And then we offer a variety of extra packages, something like a self-care package that has things like face masks and oils, etc. Or indeed, you can add groceries. We have a great cooperation with Spot. You might know them. So that's a great organic provider of all kinds of groceries. So if you don't want to bring them from home or you forgot something, if you book them in advance, we'll make sure that they're already in the fridge stocked up on your arrival, or you book it during your stay. That's an option too. Of course, we also have packages with our local providers. Note a lot of those packages are still in the works because we just recently opened, so that's all still being negotiated. But of course, we'll have great packages that includes golfing and skiing and those kind of things.
Mm-hmm.
For the facilities on the property, we have a nice walk around our facilities here. That's about a 3-kilometer trail. So that can be done right from your doorstep. And then we also have what's called a borrowing closet. So that means that in case you've forgotten something, let's say a backpack if you want to go out during the day, or a couple of snowshoes, or a headlight, or a book, or some games, that's something that you can simply grab from that borrowing closet. And then, of course, we do expect you to bring it back in that closet upon your departure so that other people can use it too.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're going to have like a yoga mat and board games that you can choose to have stuck to your unit. Of course, we do have it as a choice when you book because the space is limited in the unit. So we would like to prevent all kinds of clutter if people won't use it. So they simply come as choices when you book online. But they're all free.
So now tell me a little bit about, again, I'm getting this from your website, skyridgeglamping.com, the spa and relaxations. Is it a spa on site or you're partnering with somebody else?
Yeah, we're partnering with the Nordic Spa at the Kananaskis Lodge. We do have plans in the future to make our own little facility on site, but that's still in the works. So currently we're collaborating with the Nordic Spa, which is only a 5-minute drive from us. So that's close by and super relaxing. And it really fits our demographic as well, since we're an adult only. That kind of suits the area with the spa and the golf, which is already focused on adults. So that fits perfectly.
And I see you offer other things like horseback riding, mountain biking, canoeing, and kayaking. Again, that's all done with partnerships, right?
Correct. Yes.
Nice. Well, it's my kind of thing, right? I love being in the outdoors, but I don't necessarily want to be laying on a cold sleeping bag in a tent. So it sounds wonderful.
I think we're very far away from roughing it for sure.
I know you just opened, but how are the bookings? How far in advance should I be looking if I wanted to do something? I don't know, maybe in the spring or early summer or something like that. Because I know that Kananaskis can get pretty busy in the summertime.
Kananaskis is definitely a very popular area. We for sure have bookings slowly coming in, as also when we are going out with our advertisements. That's also just started January 1st. So definitely we have a little bit of a slow start. So if you still want to ensure an opening, then come now, because I'm pretty sure that once the word gets out there more, that will get very busy.
Well, here's hoping you have a busy few months ahead and a nice summer weather-wise too.
Yes, well, thank you so much. But honestly, even with these beautiful views that we have here, if it's a little bit of inclement weather that just gives such dramatic skies and views, even that's just beautiful to watch at all day long.
People can get more information on your website, skyridgeglamping.com. And Crystal Postel is the co-founder of Skyridge Glamping. Appreciate your time, Crystal.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.
This is the Informed Traveler Podcast. I'm Randy Sharman. Just want to remind you of our website, theinformedtraveler.org. That's where you can find our contact page if you have any questions or comments about the podcast. You can also email me too with any questions you might have. My email address is randy@theinformedtraveler.org. And if you want to get up-to-date travel info through the week or just see a few amusing travel stories and links, you can like us on Facebook at facebook.com/informedtraveler, on Instagram at Informed Traveler, or on X at Informed Traveler. So now, as always, we'd like to end the show with our weekly roundup, and joining us to do that is Ken Stewart from Cropa Travel Solutions. Good day, sir.
Hello, Randy. Hello, everybody. Can't believe we're almost at the end of the first month. Where to go? Where to go?
Less than 8 weeks till spring. My countdown continues.
I like that. That sounds better than, holy cow, we're in the first month. Go. Just a warning. But again, it's the beginning of the year when one of us are doing more beach vacations and flights over the next few months. And you're doing other destinations and got travel coming up later on this year. So again, reminder, whether you're traveling or not, go check those passports and any other important documents, your PR cards, Nexus cards, visas if you have them in place that you need to use to travel and make sure they're still valid. Often the passport may need to be valid for a minimum of 6 months after your travel date for a lot of countries, especially over in Asia and in Europe, not so much Mexico and the U.S. As well, many destinations require proof of medical insurance to enter the country. So don't wait until you're too close to your travel dates to find out that you have an issue. And again, many are going away in the next few weeks. Again, general reminder to travel to Cancun. There's been the visit tax in place since 2022, and the new president is starting programs to make sure they're really checking and making sure that the tourists have that upon their arrival. It's easy to get. It's a QR code. There's two options for paying and getting your QR code online. Both are secure sites. There's the Mexican government site, and the alternative is Travel Corps, which is a Canadian company authorized to support and issue the tax. Tulum would qualify as well, too.
You're seeing a lot more flights going to the new Tulum airport now.
Right. Okay, we had our first seminar of the year. Uniroad River Cruises, who is a sister company along with the rest of the TTC family, and names that I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with or maybe have even traveled with: Insight Vacations, Trafalgar, Brennan Vacations, Cost Savers. They want you to tour next year. Right now they've got their worldwide tour sale on across their portfolio brands for new bookings by February the 20th. So we've got time to check those out for you. For Europe, North America, Down Under, and much, much more. Past guests also receive additional pricing bonuses. So examples, if you're a history buff, let's check out France with Trafalgar, focusing on the Canadians who fought in the Normandy landing back in 1944.
Yes.
A great area. Wine lovers, we got lots for you. We got France, Portugal, Spain, or Italy. All of them have great wines, at least according to my wife, along with special guest experiences in a lot of those countries where you're going to have a visit and dine with a local family for a lunch or maybe a dinner and experience their way of living with some entertainment. I know they did show us a one picture, whatever. The one of the farms that they go to has olive vineyards and wine vineyards. And as well, when they do have the experience your guest, they take a bunch of their furniture and put it outside on the lawn so they can make room for everybody for the big long table for dinner. I think that's really cool. I think that'd be a cool experience.
I think it'd be a really cool experience. Yeah. I think that's what people are kind of looking for too now in trips. Something unique and different and immerse yourself in the culture, right?
Yep. And even the river cruises, Uniworld, and all of these brands, they have something for the families, multi-generational, couples, romance, anything you want. If you want luxury with smaller groups, and Inside Gold and Inside Vacation is probably going to have your tour. Want to hit the highlights and still be looked after in great detail, then probably Trafalgar. And if you're one of these ones who likes a little bit lean towards more the independent, where you want to have some things looked after and everything like that, but you want some of your time on your own and everything, Cost Savers is going to give you a lot of what the others do, but more choice to do it at your own pace. So something for everybody.
Mm-hmm. I like it.
Uniworld was telling us they've got, besides all their fabulous ships take you all throughout Europe, with choices anywhere from 7 to 16 days and more. You can get up close and personal on your stops in the cities that you dreamed of visiting, and smaller ones you never thought you would enjoy. And again, there's some really cool stops on a lot of these that you go into and do the excursions, and it's surprising, again, cities that you would not think of stopping at, but once you're in there, hey, I really like that.
Mm-hmm.
This one I like. Cruises in France now. They've added a couple of sailings or whatever. They have day options for golf. So 2 days of golf. Can you say 4? I can.
That's
That'd
right
be
up
right
your
up my
alley.
alley. You got her. Christmas markets, again, those have really taken off in the past couple of years with picturesque cities and towns, all decorated in Christmas fare, ready to show their creations and their goodies and wares that they make. So you can enjoy some glue wine while you're out wandering around, or other hot delights, baked goods, all kinds of goodies, and pick up a few souvenirs to bring back with you.
Well, I think if you're looking at a Christmas market cruise, river cruise, now is the time to kind of book it, right?
Well, exactly. Last year, I know they were sold out, and this year, they're from what we're understanding from all the river cruise lines, they're over 50% sold already.
So
in
don't wait.
January.
Don't wait. You'll be
Don't wait.
disappointed.
Nope. And if you're looking for the exotic, really popular with Canadians, especially Western Canadians, according to their markets and their bookings at the beginning, because we've got lots of great flights now, Vietnam and Cambodia. And again, you can see the ancient temples there, experience the local foods on a ship with an Asian flair all its own. And then they've also got Egypt. So we've got the pyramids sailing on the Nile River, again, on the ship, and then it's all kind of decorated in Egyptian style flair. So again,
Cool.
really cool that you're, sailing on a ship or whatever, but all their ships are kind of decorated towards the areas that they're traveling in.
Cool.
So they look really pretty. They're really good.
Nice.
Ocean cruisers. Those of you thinking of doing your first cruise maybe, or season cruiser, wave season is here. So pretty much every cruise line has a sale on, too many to mention. So by all means, reach out to us and we'll help you sort through all the choices and see if we can't put you on a ship.
Well, now's the time. Yeah, like we're talking about booking ahead for a river cruise. Now's the time to look ahead at an ocean cruise and get some of those deals, right?
2026 and early 2027.
Yeah.
God, that sounds like a long way out. And again, who doesn't like free? My favorite 4-letter word. So every week we get people joining our free travel club. You can check us out online on our website to sign up for free, and you get all kinds of extra perks and offers. A lot of times, in addition to the supplier's best offers or sales, we may have extra anywhere from $50 to $100 onboard credits, or percentage savings, or extra value added in, and you can double dip. So when you're booking through our office as the official Travel Savers affiliate here in Calgary. So monthly specials, we had new ones started this January, and there's new ones every month. So if you're going to book, use that free phone call. You never know what you might gain.
And what is that free phone call number?
In Calgary, 403-241-7140. And if you're calling outside Calgary, you can call us toll free, 1-877-511-5511. Then you too can relax. It's all taken care of.
Indeed, sir.
Have a great week, everyone.
And that is our show for this week. If you have comments or questions, we'd love to hear from you. If you have a show idea, send that along as well. My email is randy@theinformedtraveler.org. And if you like what you heard, tell a friend. You can check out our website too at theinformedtraveler.org. In the meantime, thanks for listening, travel safe, and be an informed traveler.